Here's everything you need to know about the P. Diddy trial before it starts. So Friday, a list of celebrities was released. So this is not just about Diddy. This is about the entire system. More than 70 lawsuits have been filed against Diddy so far, with the youngest victim being 9. And here are the main charges against him. Cassie said to be witness number 1, the key witness to this trial, Cassandra Ventura, whom he dated and for about a decade. Meanwhile, victim number 3 is still missing. So this entire witness is just missing. Nobody can contact her, not even her own lawyer, which is very strange given Diddy's history of tampering with witnesses. And Diddy's been known to get away with charges before. Remember Shine and how he got 9 years in prison? Even though the witnesses all saw Diddy shoot the in the club back in 1999. He got arrested along with J-Lo that night, whom he was publicly dating at the time. She was also rumored to be the female celebrity in the lawsuit filed against Diddy and Jay-Z by a victim who was 13 years old when she got and allegedly this female celebrity just watched. Which, by the way, Jay-Z was suddenly dropped from that lawsuit. And allegedly, this is also the reason Ben left J-Lo, because FBI showed him the tapes. So apparently Diddy helped J-Lo come up. He already was using these tactics like getting all the money pretty much out of his artists. And then she came up using the songs that other artists recorded and just used their vocals. Diddy even said that they were soulmates. So she dated Diddy after she dated Tony Mottola, who gave her Mariah's songs after Mariah left him. This is the same guy that Michael Jackson said was the devil right before Michael died. I'm telling you, this is a whole rabbit hole. All these celebs are intertwined. And many of them warned us about Diddy for years. 50 Cent, always been the real one. Eminem, Cat Williams, Jagger Wright, Orlando Brown, Kylie Carter, Aubrey O'Day. And they were all called crazy or haters until now. There have been so many stories about Diddy for years and they're all the same. He likes to be in control. He doesn't take no for an answer. He people and he makes them disappear or blows up their car. Okay, Cuddy. Nikki Heath told us about him. Don Richards, Tupac's ex-girlfriend Desiree Smith, said that apparently Diddy likes strap-ons. So stories not just from people who are in the lawsuit, just stories from Diddy's former slave, Jonathan Audie, whom Diddy gave $5 million to sign an NDA to be quiet about what he did with him and Cassie. He's now in jail though for 85 years. Diddy's ex-girlfriend that went on a podcast, whom Cassie tried to warn to stay away. Even his former bodyguards. One of them talks about how he said he was gonna the girls from Danity Kane, pimp him out to his friends. And he also talks about how Usher was bleeding from the butt when he was staying with Diddy at just 13 years old and witnessing all of these parties too. Yeah. Which Usher also recruited Justin Bieber for him. So if a lot of these celebrities come forward, especially somebody of like Justin's caliber, we can clean out the whole Hollywood industry. Literally, it will be a makeover because it needs it. Because these heathens, they need it. All these stories have common themes of blackmail, rape, and taping, forced getting underage kids basically to be taking them on jets everywhere, forcing his ex-girlfriends to have sex with workers. His former bodyguard even said that Diddy called a plastic surgeon after he broke Kim's nose. His ex, the mom of his kids, well, one of the 4 moms, who by the way in 2018 suddenly of pneumonia. A lot of people seem to be dying around Diddy all the time, very conveniently for him, either to get them out of the way, Tupac, because they're just better than him, or for monetary gain, Biggie. And Kim's ex, I'll be sure, says he was hospitalized for multiple organ failure and Diddy put him in that state, so he almost killed him basically. He's also writing a whole book on this because he doesn't believe that Kim died of pneumonia. He thinks Diddy did it, which by the way, he does have a kid with Kim. That's the eldest one, so it's not Diddy's kid. He's saying Kim did not die from pneumonia. Also, pneumonia can be caused by poisoning, and even Diddy's former bodyguard said he got pneumonia, and when his blood was tested, he was poisoned, and he still can't breathe out of one of his lungs. It's crazy, and he's come forward with a lot of stories about some freak-offs. Said Bobby Valentino likes transvestites more because they have stronger jaws and hands. So many people almost got killed by Diddy. Jamie Foxx is one of them. He says he was hospitalized after Diddy tried to kill him. He's been very vocal with it. There's a lot of that Diddy's been linked to. You already know about Tupac and Biggie, which Keefe D was arrested for Tupac's death just a couple years ago. And he said that Diddy paid him well, he didn't even pay him. He's mad that he still never got his $1 million. He said he got rid of Tupac for him and another guy. And Diddy never paid them, so he's still salty. Then with Biggie, it would be crazy if Diddy's responsible for his death, which means Diddy sang a song with Biggie's wife, Faith Evans, called I'll Be Missing You about Biggie and capitalized on it, which arguably that's Diddy's only good song, really. Like most well known and probably the only song he's known for that people actually remember, and he may have helped kill him. So Biggie was trying to leave him, Diddy's label, Bad Boy Records, and the week before that is when he got shot. And Diddy was in the other car. He wanted to take separate cars and then he leaned his seat back. It was a whole thing. It's like he knew. Even his bodyguard said this. So he capitalized on that song. He basically made all this money off his artists while barely paying them anything. His label made the money off the record sales. Then he also inserted himself into all of their songs, like either the backup vocals or in the video, like in the background. Just weird shit. or writing some little part of it just to be able to gain royalties in multiple ways. So he barely paid his artists. He worked them to Diddy Kane 48-hour shifts, and he tried to give his former artists a few $100s on their royalties after years and years, like right around when Cassie's lawsuit dropped. So he knew, and in exchange for those couple $100s, he wanted them to sign an NDA where they could never talk about Diddy in their entire life. He was like, oh, I'm just doing it out of the goodness of my heart, but really he just knew what was coming, and he wanted to get everyone to sign off on some NDAs. He's always been known for his secrecy, silencing witnesses, blackmailing people, bragging about making people disappear, not taking no for an answer, people and taping it, and having this whole weird ego control thing. And also he's known for no remorse. Even the victims of the City College Stampede that he was involved in, that he helped organize back in 1991, where 9 people died and a bunch of people were injured, and the witnesses said he just walked by, he didn't even care that people were getting hurt. And afterwards, his formal apology was saying that it wasn't his fault and it wasn't the security/police fault. The stampede happened because the black community lacks self-love. Like, what the f are you saying? So weird. Like, literally zero remorse, zero accountability. And even a psychologist that works for these courts said he has all of the qualifications for a psychopath. I mean, the guy's literally been telling us to our face what he's been doing for years, and people just thought he was joking. Like when he was telling Conan about the parties, how he needs a lot of alcohols and to put locks on the door so the girls don't escape, and people just laughed. Or when he was on national TV with Justin, and he basically threatened him and said, oh, he knows better than to talk about what he does with Brother Puff on national TV. There's also an interview from 2010 where he said he was 55, and he said that he's been lying about his age for years, because he said, oh, I look 28 though, which actually lines up with stories like one of the witnesses from the lawsuit who said that Diddy is at least 12 years older than he says, because this was in the early 70s. And this witness, she said that she was actually being babysat by Diddy's mom when this happened, by Diddy and his friends, which his mom is a whole other story. They apparently do these freak offs together. There's videos of them getting IVs together the day after to replenish from all the sex. And Diddy was bragging about how his mom can bend over and touch the floor. What? Like bragging about it? There's all these stories about how she was supposedly an escort when he was a kid, and she would bring guys over or bring him with her, so he would witness this as a kid, and that's where he gets all of these fetishes of watching people and to them having sex. And that's why he likes white nail polish on his girlfriends too, because apparently his mom wore white nail polish and looked really good against someone's dark you know what when he was watching. It's just weird. Also, a lot of people who molest people have been molested. Not saying it's 100% of those people, but a lot of people are not talking about the fact that he went to a school called Mount St. Michael Academy, an all-boy Catholic school, where the reverend and a bunch of other staff got convicted of and went to prison for it. And this was the same years that Diddy was there as a teenager, which would explain a lot of these Diddy stories with power dynamics, control, and boundaries or lack thereof, with everyone, you know, having control and women, men, girls, boys of all races, all genders, male, female, whatever, young, old, probably not too old, he likes them young, black, white, Asian. There's gonna be a lot on those tapes, a lot of celebrities, a lot of weird stuff. So the FBI seized a bunch of these tapes from his house and was trying to decrypt them, which hopefully they did. And then also Courtney Burgess gave the FBI a few tapes. A lot of people think that the celebrities on these tapes are the same ones that are on the Epstein list. And there are also a lot of weird coincidences, like Diddy's buddy Ashton Kutcher, who attended his white parties for a while, even hosted one together with Diddy. So remember Brittany Murphy, Ashton's ex, who died of pneumonia too? Guess who her coroner was that ruled it a pneumonia? Ed Winter, the same one that did the autopsy for Kim Porter, Diddy's ex, who also died of pneumonia. A few months later, Britney's husband also of pneumonia. This coroner, he also did autopsies for Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Paul Walker, a bunch of celebrities, and then he died himself 2 weeks before he was supposed to submit a second autopsy for Kim. Strange. Ashton also has a second ex-girlfriend that too, but people are speculating that maybe Britney was writing some sort of book, just like they were thinking Kim was writing something, you know, exposing Hollywood. Who knows? But it's just a lot of weird coincidences here. So Ashton partied a lot with Diddy, and during this time, remember, he was also married to Demi Moore. Well, in her memoir that came out in 2019, she said that Ashton persuaded her into doing threesomes, and that's what ultimately broke up their marriage. And he also influenced her to abandon her sobriety after like 20 years, which sent her into a spiral. His habits outfits are kind of reminding me of someone, and his buddies, I mean, birds of a feather. I mean, she said that she found out from the tabloids that Ashton cheated on her again at David Masterson's bachelor party. Remember that guy from the 70s show, the one that went to prison for 2 yeah, that one. I feel like there's a pattern here. There's so much more that we haven't even covered. Somehow 50 Cent's baby mama was involved, and she was on like a monthly retainer from Diddy for you know what. Also, the whole incident at the club, J-Lo apparently was the one that smuggled in the gun in her purse for Diddy. There's just so much more. We don't have time to cover it all before the trial, okay? Day 1 of the trial is here, but I hope they bring in these celebrities into the courtroom and get them talking, because these victims need justice. The women and the men. This is not even all of it. It's a deep rabbit hole. And Diddy's got a whole team of lawyers, very expensive lawyers, and even a lady whose sole job it is to be good at picking the right jurors. They're playing the right game, but I really hope he doesn't get off, because he can buy his way out of this. Hopefully not. Because it's just gonna send the message that some people are above the US judiciary system. They could just buy their way out. It just makes a joke out of it. Because we all know he did it. We all seen that tape with Cassie where he first said it didn't happen until it came out. So I don't believe anything else he says. When there's so many people and so many hundreds of stories that are literally the same. One of his lawyers already quit. He's got a lot of pull. He knows a lot of people. He's got a lot of blackmail on people. He has a lot of money. But it's not just about him. It's about this whole system in Hollywood that just turns a blind eye, participates, and does this weird thing, blackmail. The whole thing is just corrupt as and it needs to change. Again, this is all allegedly for entertainment purposes only. I stand with Cassie. Okay, bye.